Welcome inside the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida, where tonight the Toronto Raptors will attempt to go 6-0 for the first time in franchise history with a win over the Orlando Magic. Paul Jones and Sherman Hamilton. They've won 11 straight over Orlando, but more important for Toronto, a 5-0 start. They had a great start last year, and as Dwayne Casey said, everybody thought the season was over, and he kept saying, we're not there yet, we're not there yet. This year, they're a little bit more aware of fighting that complacency that may come with a good record and kind of believing, smelling their own vapors, believing all the hype. It's a different look this year right now.
Well, it is a different look, and one thing they're going to fight is human nature. The tendency is to take your foot off the gas, but I think more last year they learned about themselves in terms of this is a team that understands that they did have a good start, but they took advantage of a very favorable schedule. A lot of home games early in the season. When it turned on them, that's when they weren't able to respond. This season, they're doing it on the road to start. And to me, that's something that is very different. You got to really lock in, focus in. You got to be a group that's tight-knit, even with some new additions. They've bought in.
Yes.
They believe in each other. And I think now he's just got to fight that human nature, that idea of, okay, we've got 2 of these wins on the road.
Right.
You know, if we don't get the next one, it's okay. No, you've got to get greedy. You've got to come after it, and you got to want to take it in. Orlando's a team that's not going to allow you to have that easily.
Well, Sherm, they're doing it on the road, and they're doing it with defense the way they didn't do it last year. But you talk about Orlando, they've won 11 straight, and you kind of wonder when the dam's going to break. There have been some close games here. No Nick Vucevic tonight for Orlando. He will be out of the lineup. But still, this is a dangerous Orlando team. We've talked about it. They're young. They're hungry. They're growing. They've got some impressive numbers and a guy who's pushing them in Scott Skiles as the head coach.
Yeah, and Scott Skiles brings a lot of toughness. He brings a lot of know-how, and he's going to get this young group to play hard at the very least, and they're doing that. They've battled this season, and this is a team, you talk about good numbers, top 10 in rebounding, top 10 in steals, top 10 in assists. So they've got some real good building blocks in their backcourt. Oladipo and Payton are 2 young, tough, aggressive, two-way players that the Raptors are going to have to deal with. So I like this Orlando team. We talked about this before. This is a team that any coach that was out of a job would love to coach because there's so much talent. The future is very bright. And the way that they're playing right now, they're showing that they want it. It's always good when the young players want to win. They want to be better. They want to be a guy that's respected in the league. Tell you what, collectively, that mentality has really helped Orlando.
They got some solid players and some solid character people, too, Sherm. One of our favorites, too, is a guy like Tobias Harris, a terrific young player. The guy is really, really solid. I think he's going to be a star in years to come for this team. You can see the game. The Raptors go for 6-0 and 12 straight against Orlando. Tonight, Sportsnet 1 at 7 o'clock, and on the radio side, TSN 1050.